Peace, family. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star. Today, I got another episode for y'all. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you are subscribed, thank you for I appreciate you supporting the channel. Hit that notification bell, hit that like button, hit that share button. All right, so just then, Kanye leaked some text messages between him and Diddy, right? Puffy, whatever he calling himself this week. So again, y'all know I can't share my screen right now, but I'm going to read y'all the text messages that so Kanye leaked. And he said he was going to leak it in the text. So he said this is Puffy right now, and then I'm gonna read Kanye. So Puffy says, as soon as I land, we'll meet face to face. Send me an address. He said, Kanye said, nigga, fuck you. You the Fed. So the next text, 1 second. So the next text, Puffy says, nigga, send me an address. Let's stop playing these internet games and don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. Just love. This ain't a game. This is Kanye. This ain't a game. I'm going to use you as an example to show the Jewish people that told you to call me that no one can threaten or influence me. I told you this was war. Now you're going to get now you're going to get some business. All right, so now the next one is Puffy said, I'm just trying to talk to you as a black man. I'm talking to you because this is hurting our people. Stop. Anything you text me, I will post. I love you. And you guys are breaking my heart. I accept your apologies in advance. So that was Kanye's leaked message between him and Puffy. I guess I'm thinking that this was over the whole T-shirt thing, right? The whole White Lives Matter T-shirt. And Kanye actually explained himself on Tucker Carlson, which I'll play that. Yeah, he explained himself on Tucker Carlson. But I feel like this, right? I feel like this with Kanye, right? I kind of feel like no matter if you meant it in a good way or you was trying to, I forgot how he explained it. I'm gonna play the video. But my thing is, when you did it with Candace Owens, who's a known op, she's a known coon, a known sellout. To me, like I posted earlier, I said that's like hanging with a snitch or a pedophile, right? You might not be either one, but man, your credibility shot. What are you doing with her trying to, because she's an op, right? So why are you wearing a shirt that says White Lives Matter with her? Now I get your point based off what you said, but still my whole argument to that is like, why'd you do it in the first place, right? So let's play his little audio with him and Tucker Carlson.
Herschel Walker knows he will succeed despite Washington, not because of it. He believes in freedom, not big government, solutions, not partisanship, and that
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Kanye West, now known as
Don't forget
Ye,
to hit that
is one of
subscribe
the
button.
best-selling musical artists in the world. He's also in recent years become a celebrated and very highly paid fashion designer. And of course, for a decade, he was well known to TV audiences as an in-law of the Kardashian family. But it's West's latest incarnation as a kind of Christian evangelist that brought us to his office in Los Angeles today for the interview you're about to see. Days ago, during Fashion Week in Paris, West, accompanied by his friend Candace Owens, unveiled a T-shirt that read simply, White Lives Matter. The response from the fashion industry and international media was instantaneous and uniform. Shock, horror, rage. There is no excuse for this, thundered the New York Times. West is legitimizing extremism, shrieked Rolling Stone, etc., etc. What was strikingly missing from the coverage, however, was any explanation for why West did this. What was the T-shirt about?
See, now, again, this is why, because, again, what Kanye said, it actually makes sense now especially when when he first did it, everybody, we all, because I said it, I said the same thing. I basically said, yeah, white people committing all these crimes, they commit millions of more crimes than black people every year, but we are the majority in the prison system. And so of course white lives matter. Somebody think white lives matter, you feel me? Or you know what I mean? Because if they didn't, whatever, they would be the majority in the prison since they committed majority of the crimes, right? So see, the Rolling Stone, I mean, all these magazines, the New York Times and all, they mad because they know that when they was doing the Black Lives Matter thing, it was a play on us, right? That was a disrespect for us to say Black Lives Matter, right? So again, that he was just trying to twist it around, but I'm gonna let him explain.
No one seemed to think to ask him, much less to listen to what he had to say. Instead, the enemies of his ideas dismissed West, as they have for years, as mentally ill, too crazy to take seriously. Look away, ignore him. He's a mental patient. There's nothing to see here. But is West crazy? You can judge for yourself as you watch what we're about to show you. He has his own ideas, we can say that. Creative people tend to. That's why they're artists, not actuaries. His freeform social media posts give the impression of a man channeling his rawest, movingly about what he believes. And still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen. I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more Black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of Black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet. When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office, and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to my so-called friends / handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I like Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing the hat. I had some.
See, now, even with the whole Trump thing, now watch this, right? Because, again, I got my brother, Dr. Claude Anderson, on here, who Kanye shouts out a lot, right? So when Kanye was doing that, he was also talking about Dr. Claude Anderson. But if you was really reading Dr. Claude Anderson or even listening to his old clips, you would know that, he doesn't rock with any party, right? So, again, Kanye likes to do things, again, that are controversial. That's why he did the White Lives Matter shirt. He was trying to prove a point, which I believe he was trying to do with the whole Trump thing, because, Trump wasn't doing anything for Black people. Wasn't doing anything for Black people either. So at the end of the day, again, he's one of those people who likes to go against the grain. And, I get it, because I do the same thing sometimes, right? I like to buck the system, as they call it. Again, but my cause is different from your cause, right? I buck the system because I truly don't like the system, right? He does outlandish things or things to get attention, because, again, getting attention in this music industry or the industries that he are in is financially beneficial, right? When people do outlandish things, that draws attention, which makes people want to buy stuff off you even more. So it's like, he does these things, one, to prove a point, right? He's trying to prove a point. I'll give him that, right? You're trying to prove a point. But again, I don't like that you did it with Candace Owens. She rocks with the Republicans, but she's also a coon, right? She's a raccoon. She, is a Sambo, a sellout. You know, she does things to undermine the black community for her own personal gain. So at the end of the day, and it's so funny too because you can actually look this up. Candace Owens actually filed a lawsuit against somebody for some racist stuff, right? And she used the NAACP, who she now dogs, right? So she now dogs black people and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, you use the NAACP to get your lawsuit. I believe she won like $20,000 or something like that. So it's like it's crazy that how people turn once they get that bread and how they let people use them or whatever. But let's get back to Kanye.
Someone called me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, okay, green light me then. God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David, he tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, he thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if...
So you made reference to the White Lives Matter T-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
Hit
that subscribe button.
I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just brilliance. Like as if you ask like Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin, she was in so much practice that when it was time for her to skate in a competitive format, it just happened. Like it happened outside of practice. It happened in the real format, and that's what's happening. God is like preparing us for the real battles, and we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media has a godless agenda, and the jokes in that work and this whole like, oh yeah, he's crazy and all these things, they don't work because the media has, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me, and just watch it and act like it wasn't happening, and they stay quiet about it.
What are they?
So, I want to answer the white. Yeah. I feel like someone caught what I was saying, the comparison to Tanya Harding about the White Lives Matter. My dad is a educated ex-Black Panther, and he put a text to me today. He said, "White Lives Matter, ha 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 ha." And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, "Dad, why do you think it was funny?" He said, just a Black man stating the obvious.
We'll make this ad quick.
See now, like he said, there's just a Black man stating the obvious because he knew. I'm sorry, it's a little commercial family too. But he knew that again, this was something that he was trying to do just to gain attention, and he really admits that. Like this was just something he was trying to do for jokes or whatever he tried to call it. But again, it was at Fashion Week, and hold on.
My dad doesn't listen to rap music, and he's like super educated. We opened up a water distribution center in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting blocked every which way with all of his ideas. And he didn't have an endless bank account, and he didn't have an Instagram. So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like
did y'all just hear that shot he just took? He said he doesn't have an analyst's bank account.
Dad is the most brilliant person that I know. And we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him because my mom was an actress. So she was a liberal. And my dad would see certain things and say, you know, we should do it this way, we should do it that way. And the people got around my mom and pulled her away, much like, you know, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview Magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 Black children. And this is how fashion wants to, how they want to present her. So I know you give these questions and I give you like these 3-part answers. Is this a cool format for you?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, cool.
And I am following it.
All right.
So you said that your father said when he saw the shirt "White Lives Matter," it's great to see a Black man stating the obvious. So by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that's my favorite response, because I kept on thinking, like, you know, people, they're looking for an explanation, and people say, well, as an artist, you don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
So the answer to why I wrote "White Lives Matter" on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah.
Just like I said.
Why do you think that's so? And I assume the implication is, of course, all lives matter because they're lives, because God created them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that would be considered controversial?
Because the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be Black and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad grew up as a military brat, and his family moved around, but they were based mostly in Delaware. And at the time, if they weren't the only Black family, they were one of the few. And he would be discriminated against because he was Black. So by the time he got into college, he would be discriminated against. He went to a Black college. He would be discriminated against because they said he talked too white.
Yes.
And then he played the kick drum in the band. So when he would go to the club and the music was playing, where would he clap his hands? Where the kick drum is.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of where everyone else was
exactly.
clapping their hands. And this is the most elegant and tasteful person that I know. And when my mom, when the school suggested, like, the herding systems, because what they do is take the Black community and they separate us, and they separate the families, and the educated, they push this, need for higher education, and us as Blacks, we discriminate against each other and say, well, I got my PhD and you don't have your PhD, so I'm better than you. And so my mom, she had a PhD, and she was influenced to move to the south side of Chicago and take this job at Chicago State University. And she told my dad, if you come for us, you'll never see him again. Because, the media ridiculed me for getting the house next door to Kim to see my children.
That right there was all a setup so he can talk about his situation with Kim. Now, I want to talk about this whole why he's called a genius, right? And again, he's a genius in his own right, musically, right? Because we know when it comes to book smarts, I mean, of course, you're not a genius. I'm not either. I'm not trying to down the brother. I'm not a genius when it comes to the books either. But what I don't like about that, I believe I explained this before with him and Dave Chappelle. Like, somebody asks you who in the Black community are called geniuses. Dave Chappelle and Kanye West. A rapper and a comedian. Name our scholars, and you won't say they're a genius. See what I'm saying? That's the only thing I have. And again, he maneuvers well in interviews and things like that. He does things. Again, you're famous, right? So when you do crazy things, you know what I'm saying? It gets you attention and it makes you bread. But see, we live in such a capitalistic society, and our community is so gun-ho on anybody who has money that if you do, you can trip over your big toe and make a $3 million off it, off a TikTok clip or whatever, and make that type of money, and people are like, yo, that was genius. Just like they was talking about the dude who doesn't say anything. He makes about, I think they said he make about I want to say $750,000 a month, like doing TikToks, not saying anything. He just going like this. He does something and it'd be like, so it's like, you get what I'm saying? So like people will be like, yo, that's genius. That's genius. He's making all that money not saying anything. But like, dog, that's not genius at all. Do you get what I'm saying? So like we turn anything that when somebody does that makes them money in a ridiculous amount of money, we call that genius. When for real, at the end of the day, genius is, you know, just and I'm like, again, I'm saying, I'm not saying that Kanye's not a genius. I think he's probably a musical genius. You feel what I'm saying? But then again, like, where's our scholarly geniuses at? Like, which one of our scholars do y'all call a genius? You feel me? Y'all don't call Dr. Claude Anderson a genius, coming up with the book Powernomics and all of that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't like that. But again, let's get back to it. I was saying that because he set himself up talking about his dad and how his mom blocked him, which a lot of women do. That ain't just black women either. Don't try to just put that on black women. You know, I've been to Oregon. I've been around a lot of white boys, dog. And I'm going to tell you right now, they go through the same stuff we go through. Mom blocking the dad from seeing the kid. Dad having a whole bunch of babies with different women. You feel me? Brother, he's like, man, I got a brother over here, brother over there, sister over here, sister over there. So it's the same thing. Don't just think because Kanye saying his mom, but oh, that's black women. Oh, black women don't be blocking you from seeing your kid. No, that's just women. Women in general. You feel me? And not all women, of course, but I'm just saying women in general as far as the races. Don't try to put that on black women specifically.
And they even said that I was stalking her and her new boyfriend because I bought the house next door to see my children. And that's how I knew that my mom had said that to him. I said, Dad, you know, they moved us to one of the most agreed upon to be one of the most dangerous places in the world. It's almost like they tried to kill me or something. I said, Dad, why'd you never come to get us? And that's when he told me that she was told that. You know, there's so many things that are put in Kim's head. You know, they bring influencers, like no one ever knew where Corey Gamble came from. No one in the fashion world knows where Gabby came from. These people were practically made in a laboratory, in my opinion. And one of the things that they're really good at doing is being nice and being likable. And what they do is for people that have some form of influence, whether it's an educated Black woman like my mother that became the head of the English department at Chicago State University, or whether it's the most influential white woman on the planet, being my ex-wife, they have people that are around them at all times telling them what to be afraid of. It's like not what to do or say specifically, it's what to be afraid of. And if you have a person that isn't afraid of them, you know, like a Russell Brand or Candace Owens, or it's not that we have to agree with this, but
they're not afraid.
They're not afraid to state what their opinion is.
Yes.
No one is God, and everyone has an opinion.
So now with Candace Owens, I'm going to say this about Candace Owens now. Candace Owens is a straight up coon. I don't want to hear what she got to say about any of that, because, you know, she says things that are very undermining.
When I found out that Google was doing career certificates and they had one,
I was about to show.
I thought it seems like an easy choice.
What did you think about?
I was going to show Puffy saying that Mase owes him $3 million. I want to get into this 2 seconds, but let's get it.
Right, where you look at an artist, Mase, right, was upset for you for years.
Yes.
Then down the line, he has an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And then recently, his artist is upset because he's basically said allegedly that Mase didn't pay him, and there was problems.
Yeah.
Do you look at that and be like, that's just an executive, or is it one of those things like I told you?
No, I don't look at it like that. First of all,
because what he had a problem with you his artist
first of all, see, I didn't do nothing to him. So let's go back to the first of all. The first of all is there has been negative propaganda put out about me that's not true, and has really tried to stain my legacy. I've always been a person, I don't like to get in just talking people's business and things like that. But not right now. I have made it my purpose that when I come back, I can't have y'all following me, because I am here to be a leader and to give some direction. If you think that I'm a scumbag that will ever steal anything, my name is Diddy, Sean Combs. I never took nothing from nobody a day in my life. All I've ever given is opportunity and more money than a person was making. So when I hear or I see things and I'm like, wow, this vibe that they got on me, like I'm Big Red or something. I came here, I had to open up the doors.
So you're saying you don't steal from artists, is what you're saying?
Never.
So how does a narrative like that happen with so many different people?
Because people have this thing called the tap out button. When you get to a certain point and the money is running low, you gotta run this hustle to try to find somebody to blame. You know what I'm saying? I have all my receipts. And so we are gonna do a retrospective with all the artists, and we're gonna get this narrative clear, because it comes from different tactics when people want to get out of contracts. And a lot of people that speak on this, y'all don't know the business, y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. So it's going to be a teaching moment of love, because it is important. I feel, fight for your reputation. Mm-hmm. I'm going to fight for my reputation. I'm going to fight for the honorable man I am, the righteous king that I am. I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? There could have been an accountant mess up on this one or that one, things that happen in the business. But me actually, I'm running a hustle to get money. I started delivering papers at 12 years old. I was a millionaire when I was 19. You know what I'm saying? And so I will be making sure that the truth comes out, because that's not going down in my legacy. And to me, that's the worst thing in the world, is a thief. The thief is the worst thing. His hand should be chopped. Her hand should be chopped off. His or her hand should be. That's the way I feel about somebody taking something from somebody that ain't theirs. You know what I'm saying? When you could go out and you could go and work for something. And so that right there, I just in general, the Mase thing, I did one album with Mase. One album. How much money do you think I owe this guy? One album? And then he became a fake pastor and went and conned people. And then y'all gonna let him throw dirt on the God's name? I wrote each and every one, and each and everybody could come and step up. Bring your receipts. But I'm not playing. I'm back outside and I'm fighting back for us. And I'm also do a little fighting back for me. You know what I'm saying? So
how much money and I'm just throwing this out, how much money does somebody like a Mase owe you? Because the reason I say that,
Mase owes me $3 million. That's facts. I got the receipt.
Second album, you gave money to do a second album, never delivered.
Did the album, never delivered. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna go back and forth with Mase. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back and forth with nobody. I'm just gonna, if I'm here, I'm gonna speak up for myself. I'm gonna speak up for myself now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to have you think something that I hate. I hate a thief. I hate somebody that don't got, and I don't hate nobody, but that's with somebody that just gotta take something that somebody else worked for just for their benefit and their family. I don't like that.
So you're really doing a special, like you're taping a special to address.
I think Diddy just came up with that idea right now.
No, I was more saying, you know, I'm gonna use, you know, I have a very successful, thank you to everybody for supporting network. So yeah, I'm gonna go and tell my story on my network with one of my podcasts, and I'm gonna also get the artists that you know together to you know help me clear this up.
What would the
you know,
lot say?
like I spoke to a lot. Yeah, I told a lot. They gonna help me clear it up. They know. I mean, people. I mean, the truth gonna be the truth. But we gonna get to the truth. As long as I'm outside, we gonna get. Not trying to start nothing with nobody. Mase, I love Mase. And I will tell anybody thinks I owe something, show me the receipt. You get paid in 24 hours. Because sometimes there's accounting problems. You know what I'm saying?
Now, accounting problems. You know, Puffy, kind of broke that down in a I'm gonna be honest. There's a couple of ways to steal, right? I'm gonna give you an example. 2 examples of 2 people. One, the people he just named, the Lots, right? Because they used to do a thing. I'm gonna give you the skit. It was called "Raping You Records," right? Where you know they was in there. Sheik was with J Hood, and he was like, he said, if I sign him, he said, we trying to give him, we trying to sign. He signed to me. He said, nah, because if you sign him, then I can't ape him. You feel me? I don't want to keep saying that word, but yeah, he basically said, I'm gonna say it different. He said, if you sign him, I can't jerk him. You feel me? That's because there's also stealing. Some people might not call it stealing, right? But it's contracts. Now, if you make a messed up contract purposely, right? Because you have to understand, Mase was 19 years old when he signed that contract. My son is 20, right? If Puffy and them came to him with a deal, man, he'd probably sign his life away because he don't, you know what I mean? Not saying my son is broke, but like, you know, excuse me, he don't got no money like that, and he ain't seen no real money. You see what I'm saying? So now, when they putting 50, 60, maybe even $100,000 in your face, and you sign it, right? But the whole time now you owe them. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like you can jerk somebody who don't know the business, because he just said it's about you knowing the business, right? So if somebody doesn't know the business, especially as well as you do, you can lock them in on a contract, which you did the Locks. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they was up on there arguing with you on Hot 97 about let me go and all this. And he always say when the money get, he was saying when the money get low. But that wasn't everybody's issue. Hold on. Oh, I gotta play that. I ain't think they said all that. Hold on, we're gonna play Mase. But yeah, that's right here. Hold on. There you go.
Now we got this whole
Right
time. It's crazy. But now we got Mase responding back to these claims of owing Diddy $3 million. Let's go.
Yo, I did it. Talking about he want receipts. Let's start with your mother. Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipt. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts. You're not signing it because I ain't need the money. All money ain't good money. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. You know who to play with.
Damn, so Mase say, ask your mother.
See, again, that's why I say shit's be in the contract. And again, I believe Mase because it was too many people saying that you did him dirty. And again, you saying he owes you $3 million probably because the shit was in a contract, right? And Mase wanted out because again, you was doing him dirty, like through the contract. Nobody said you was just taking this nigga's money and just like, yo, give me that bread. Like, no, you had it in the contract, and it's probably a legal contract where you said just like the same way Mike Tyson was saying Don King got him. He was like, yo, this nigga had me paying $8,000 for towels and stuff like that. Like, yeah, there be stuff. Now that was just I ain't gonna lie, that was just straight thievery, right? But again, if you locked into a contract, a contractual agreement that you signed off on, now you got to live up to that. But if it was such a lopsided agreement, then yeah, you kind of did steal. But also, you can technically say, "Nigga, I didn't steal that. He signed the papers that said I have rights to this." You get what I'm saying? So it's just like it's a game being played, and it's some wordplay that Puffy's playing on. You feel what I'm saying? It's some wordplay that Puffy playing on, and for real, I believe everything they saying about how he paid them dudes of them other people not to say nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Puffy got a lot of a lot of clout in the industry. I just think Mase is just, he on the run now as far as like he got a run going, because we living in a time where you can't really just block somebody. Mase is already a known person. He like big in the game. So like he can do his own thing. He don't need the industry for real. And I be always saying that about these artists. They don't really need the industry like that. Like they used to need them back in the day. You feel what I'm saying? So Mase can really just do what he want to do and, and pump his material like that. You feel what I'm saying? So, or do whatever he got to do to make the bread. But again, when you rely on the system and you kind of sign to somebody, you feel me? I feel like that's why the locks don't be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just leave it alone because they know about the whole blackballing. Mase got blackballed for a long time. Like again, now we in this era where it's kind of hard to blackball somebody. But there it is, man. Puff, you into it with Kanye, you into it with Mase, you into it with a lot of people, man. And that's crazy that he was just saying Black Rob, Craig Mack, Big. It's a lot of people who passed off, man, that was dealing with you, man. A lot of people that passed off. So, it's another like type of Empire Records type thing. But, it is what it is, family. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you share this, man. Family, I got to go. I appreciate y'all being here with me today. I appreciate your time. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So y'all have a blessed day. Y'all stay safe, man. Be easy. Peace, love, and reparations. And don't forget, family, they having a reparations rally November the 5th. Reparations rally November the 5th on Washington. Please, family, y'all have to come out. Y'all have to support reparations rally November the 5th. Be out there, man. I'm gonna see you there.